Hello everybody, it's Severalto4 for the weekly update. So a few things this time. First of all, huge congratulations to Ben and Christy, like Cloud224 Yoshi Gamer Girl, for getting married this past weekend. It's really exciting. I'm really happy for you guys. I would be shouting, but I'm a bit low energy today. But yeah, I'm just it's cool to see. It's very nice to see. I'm sorry that I couldn't share it with you, but that's the second topic. So a couple weeks ago, I was walking around the city for like 8 miles, and turns out I messed up my foot. So now my foot is in a walking boot, and essentially a soft cast type of thing. So I can't do anything, like go anywhere or do anything. So that's cool. Luckily, I live on the internet and have no life, so the only thing it does is destroy my travel plans to Boston to congratulate Ben and Christy in person, which I'm totally not really salty about. Anyway, Let's Plays this week. Golden Sun ended last week, so this week we're starting right up with Golden Sun The Lost Age. I'm going to be doing 2 videos tomorrow, Monday. The first is just going to be an episode 0 where I transfer the data, just show you how to do that and stuff like that if you're not familiar with the game at all. Because the first game doesn't really explain it, and the second game doesn't really explain it either, and the manual kind of explains it, but yeah, so I'm going to just do an episode 0 of transferring and an episode 1 of actually starting up the game. So look forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. I've said it countless times already. Golden Sun The Lost Age is, in my opinion, one of the best Game Boy Advance games of all time. It's not the best because, I mean, like, you got some of the Pokemon games. You have Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. You know, there's just stuff like that. There's actually quite a lot of good Game Boy Advance games, but I think it's one of the more overlooked ones, which is sad, because it deserves better. It really does. And I hope you guys join me on this continuing Let's Play, because this game is just full. It's full. And like some RPGs like aren't as full. This game is full of everything, and it's one of those games that's better than the original in almost every single aspect. Maybe every single aspect. We'll see by the end of the game. So yeah, Raccoon is also going on. I kind of messed up my schedule last week. If you didn't see, Mr. Waterwraith, John was visiting me last week, so we're recording the rest of Majora's Mask for the Severaith, and oh my god, was that a trip. You'll have to wait for the videos to start up again, but short story, Majora's Mask 3D, after actually seeing it through to the end and not just playing the first half like I did personally, they kind of ruined the game. And it hurts me to say that because Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game of all time. But Majora's Mask 3D, too many changes, and they ruined the game. They ruined the boss fights. They moved around some of the hearts and stuff to stupid locations. And they ruined the swimming mechanics, which were, in my opinion, some of the best in video games in the original. So, yeah, I'm not very happy. But it's done. It's not 100%ed because somewhere we missed a heart piece, one heart piece in the game. Somewhere. And it wasn't during the recording session we had here, which was the second half of the game. And I'm pretty sure I didn't miss the first half of the game, so I'm going to have to look through hours of footage to see what I missed. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, it's done and it's going to go up eventually. But the point is, I wasn't really paying attention to my channel. I had everything uploaded beforehand and didn't really pay attention, and I ended up uploading an episode of Raccoon out of order, and so I put it on private and then ended up re-uploading it on Saturday instead of Harvest Moon. But I don't think people saw that because it's not the usual time slot, and I was already mixing up the Golden Sun and Rakuen time slots to fit the end of that Let's Play. So yesterday was Rakuen episode 7, which is what I'm trying to say. Probably my favorite episode of it so far because of one part that I, as I say in the description, I just keep laughing at when I see it. And it's important to be able to laugh at your own jokes. Not everybody can do it. And I see like a lot of people online hate their videos and hate like rewatching them. I enjoy rewatching my stuff. Maybe it's narcissism, or maybe I just actually have my own sense of humor. Like I am my sense of humor. I don't know. But I don't know, I like it. Anyway, Rakuen is going to continue on as normal, 2 episodes a week, starting with episode 8 and going onward. Episode 8 on Tuesday and continuing onward from there. I'm really enjoying the game. If you haven't checked the Let's Play out, if you're saving it for yourself, maybe that's cool. But if you haven't checked the Let's Play out, I recommend just giving it a watch. It takes about 3 episodes to get into the fantasy element of the game, and it takes another 3 episodes to get into the like crazy stuff. And the next episode coming up is just like, what? So look forward to it. It's good stuff. As opposed to other things, on a sadder note, there's nowhere real. I don't want to end the video off with this. Chester Bennington of the band Linkin Park died last week. Probably suicide. I'm sure that there's going to be an investigation, but it's probably suicide. And that sucks. That really sucks. And like Chris Cornell, first of all, it was on Chris Cornell's birthday, which was kind of weird. But Chris Cornell of Soundgarden committed suicide earlier this year. And Soundgarden, I listened to their stuff, but it wasn't a part of my identity type of thing. But Linkin Park was very different from that. I didn't listen to the stuff when it first came out, but when I was in college, this was 7 years ago, I got my hands on Meteora, and that was like, obviously as a kid, like everyone I heard like In the End and stuff like that, because who didn't hear In the End as a kid? It was a weird childhood you must have had if you didn't, but like that was everybody knew that song, the piano and everything. I tried so hard and got so far, in the end it doesn't even matter. Everyone knew that. But Meteora, just the entire album is a work of art. And college was difficult for me for a bunch of different reasons I'm not going to go into, but listening to that song, it was like that and like a few other various artists and tracks I would just listen to constantly again and again and again, over and over and over. I enjoyed blasting music in my ears, which may or may not have contributed to hearing loss that I have today. That's also slightly genetic, but I enjoyed the philosophy of their music, and I enjoyed the sound of their music, especially his voice. And later in college also, I got my hands on 1,000 Suns, which is also a work of art of an album. There's a lot of different pieces of music in that. Meteor is more tied together, but 1,000 Suns just has a lot of very varied music, in my opinion, and it's underrated. I don't know, I see people talking more about Hybrid Theory, Meteor, and their earlier stuff. I think 1,000 Suns is fantastic. Things like Robot Boy, Waiting for the End, Catalyst, Iridescence, it's just all really amazing stuff. And like I said, just the philosophy of the lyrics and things like that, just the way the song sounded, it got me through some hard times, and it helped me just listen to things. So, excuse me, I need to get a tissue. So seeing that he passed away was, like, really hit me. Linkin Park was definitely one of the more I don't know if that's making me sound emo or whatever you kids use these days, but that band was very formative for me, is what I'm trying to say, and it's very sad to see that uh, he succumbed to depression. Probably, I don't know. I didn't ask him why he probably committed suicide, but it's probably depression, and that really sucks. Yeah, there's a lot of things you could say about that if you think, if you're having dark thoughts and things like that. There are people you can call. There are people you can talk to. Um, just people talk to people you trust. They're not going to turn you away, and that's not always easy. And if you see people that look like they're having a hard time, reach out to them, please, because I know from personal experience, it's really hard sometimes to actually say anything when you're feeling extremely down. But just remember, you are important and you have an impact. And that's something that everybody says, and it's cliched at this point, but it doesn't make it any less true. You guys are all important to me, at least. And I hope that matters to you. Matters to me. But yeah, so moving on from that, it's kind of hard to segue. I'm going to talk about two more things. First of all, things I got this week. Splatoon 2, which I put the reversible cover on because why not? This is the actual cover. But I like the reversible cover because it has Salmon Run and the story mode. It's really good so far. I've actually been playing with friends, unlike the first game, which, since it was, part of the Wii U, it was kind of iffy on people actually getting it because nobody I knew was really getting a Wii U, and then everyone else didn't really want to sign on to Splatoon in the first place, and people didn't really know would they like it or stuff. But now that it's an established IP, people are actually buying the Switch. I got to play with people. So like for the past, over the weekend, it came out on Friday, I'm actually playing with people, and I'm like, wow. Especially last night, I was playing with my friend Donnie and Nick, Super Brave Mario, Kite 0404, and Italian Enzo. So we're doing a whole bunch of stuff there, and I actually did pretty well, guys. I did pretty well. And I don't like that because I don't think that I'm actually particularly good at the game, and it scares me when I'm at the top of the team in points at the end. I'm like, why? There was one time I had like seven splats, and they were all like within the last bunch of seconds of the game. It was great. I was just killing everybody. So yeah, but it's fun. The story mode is interesting too. They added some different features, which are I think that the pace seems a little slower, but that might just be because I'm coming off of having Let's Played it, which means that I already was like used to everything and going through stuff as opposed to trying to play it blind. It just feels like a little slower to me, but it's not slow enough to not be fun. Anyway, the second game that I got was Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age, because I never owned the original. And everybody keeps telling me that it's a good game, and I want to try it. And I'm probably going to stream it this week, probably tonight, because also I got an invitation to be a Twitch affiliate. Woo! So I may as well do that and try to figure out what the heck emote I want to put on. I'm thinking it's going to be some sort of Goompapa if I can compress him somehow. Not that I expect people to subscribe or send bits, especially since the threshold for payment is $100. It's like I wouldn't even be seeing any of that stuff for like a year. Whereas let's say YouTube, the threshold for payment used to be $50, and I would get like every 3 months or something like that. Back when Maker still existed. But yeah, anyway, this is the reversible cover for it, which I think is cooler. But this is like the more iconic one. Every Final Fantasy has, the logo with a white thing with some sort of picture. FF7 is the meteor, FF8 is Squall and Renoa. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to use the reversible cover just because that's cool, you know? But yeah, so I look forward to trying this game out because I hear good things, and I heard that the HD version here, the remaster-ish thing, is just better made. It has a fast forward feature, which is the reason why I never really wanted to pick up FF12, even after seeing it later on the PS2, because it looked like some of the things took forever. And I don't like games where boss battles take forever. It's one of the continuing problems I have with Partners in Time, which Chug Conroy's Let's Play will not dissuade me from. I'm not going to be one of those people that's suddenly like, it's the best game in the world. Nope. It has good aspects. I like the writing, but the dungeons and the boss battles take forever, at least in the American version, where for some reason they thought that it was a good idea to just give all the bosses more health. Why? I don't know. Anyway, I look forward to that, so yeah. So yeah, you guys can cheer with bits on my channel and subscribe and things like that, and one day we'll get an emote. It's cool. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk about, I'm going to be a little bit more vague on this because I don't want to go into as much. I've been talking about this on my private account on Twitter, which I guess it kind of defeats the purpose of it being a private account. I talk to it, but it's safe for Doviroth. If you want to, it's a protected account. If you want to try to follow me, feel free on it. But I reserve the right to not accept follow requests, and it's not because of you. It's just because you're not the intended audience for that account. You can, if you care though, you can try, I guess. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, I've been having a lot of paranoid feelings lately. Just essentially feelings that people don't, I'm not the person that people think I am. For several reasons that, again, I don't want to get into, and I know it's annoying when people are vague like this, but pretty much that people have an idea of me that isn't true, or that I'm just maintaining as an illusion or something, and I'm pretty sure that's why people like me. I know that doesn't really make sense, but I genuinely don't understand why I get some of the people talking to me that I do, or giving me the time of day or things like that, because they have cooler people to talk to. And I don't know. I don't know what I provide for them that they get out of the relationship. At least maybe it's just because that's part of the me not being the person they think I am. But I usually see relationships not as a give and take type of thing necessarily, because that's more like, okay, what can I get out of this, and that's why I like it. That's not it. I like people because they're good people generally, but just as a rule, relationships generally do have a give and take, because that's how life works. Even if that's not the basis for the relationship, that's still an element that exists. And I'm really not sure what I give as opposed to what I take, which I think is imbalanced towards me. Thank you. I think it's imbalanced towards me, and I don't know why people put up with that, essentially. So yeah, that's just been causing me a lot of confusion slash, for lack of a better word, depressive thoughts. I'm not really sure where I fit in any of this as a giver. So yeah, if any of that made sense, please contact your doctor right now. Tell him that something that Dovey rambled on about made sense, and hopefully they will be able to prescribe you with the correct medication to remedy this situation. In the meantime, I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all for what you give me. I do want to thank you all which is generally your attention, views, and comments. Those of you who aren't spammers, because my God, they've been out in force lately. Just people saying like, hey, check out my Instagram, or hey, just a comment saying, I like your videos, I make videos too, or, here's royalty-free music, which I've been getting a lot of also, and it's driving me crazy. And my spam folder on YouTube is now filled up. It sucks because like I don't get a lot of comments, and all of a sudden I'm like logging into my computer. I got 5 comments on videos yesterday. Wow, goes to videos, they're all spams. Like I put up a video of taste testing the Splatoon 2 cartridge, and there's a guy like, you make great videos. You could be one of the great YouTube people. Check out my channel for ways to get rich quick. And I'm just like, I put a video game in my mouth in this video. Come on, man. Like, you're not even trying. I got a spam thing from an account just called Girl. That's it. That was the account name on YouTube. Saying, I love you. Check out my video about you, or something. Or I love you, check out my video. I'm like, seriously, come on. That just seems to be YouTube's thing. So in response to all the spamming, YouTube is like, hey, you can filter those. I'm like, thanks. You did it, YouTube. Meanwhile, Twitter's just like, I'm going to shadow ban you for liking people's tweets. Yes. The world's stupid. Anyway, like I said, thank you all very much for just your support and everything. It is very much appreciated. It really is. Look forward to a Loot Crate video. I got Loot Crate yesterday, except it was too dark to open it, so I'll do that right after this video. So look forward to a Loot Crate video later today. And hopefully I'm going to start streaming this. I doubt it's going to be complete Let's Play, or if it is, it's just going to be on and off or whatever. It's definitely not going to be like Final Fantasy V. But I know enough people that watch my streams that also play this game to actually get advice on the game, so that's why I want to do it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.